a time deep down St. Louis, there was a guy called Ron and his wife named Susie. They later became stars in a Hollywood movie. So let me tell the story from the beginning about how we do it. Ron is an accountant and loves gold and silver. A printed cash and cryptocurrencies gave him a shiver. So he started streaming first base and bet he delivered. But he was slowly starting to smell something even iller. Susie showed Ron a newspaper article about a every coin named after human particles. Ron asked what type of unicorn fart dust that is. It's still the article left a bright spark of interest. Curious how he is, he thought about a twist. Making a meme coin to show how worthless it is. He called it USD, presented in his dreams and stated, shoot, don't fight, please listen to me. Unicorn fart dust, 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 unicorn fart dust.
Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Welcome, Dusters, to the basement. We've got a lot to talk about today, some big things, including some very scary information about the economy. We'll get to that. But let's start with some good news for UFD. I was very, very happy to see this data come out. This came to us from our friend Ez the Duster. Both he and Emma Bear have done a great job of tracking our social metrics. But what does it mean when we are at the top of the list? We're not number one, Dusters, but we are number two in a very important category. It says UFD has risen to the second position in social dominance within the pump fund ecosystem. So yes, of all the coins in the pump fund ecosystem, and you know there are millions of these coins, we are now number two. You need to be more bullish. UFD holds limitless potential and is destined for greatness. Let's take a look at this chart. Who's number one? Our old friend Fartcoin, okay? Now, remember something. When we look at this chart, something very important. I want to draw on here for you. Here's UFD right here, okay? And of course, there's Fartcoin next to us. Guys, their market cap is about 40 times, not 40%, 40 times higher than what our market cap is right now. And we are a second place to them within the pump fund ecosystem. And look, I mean, maybe we're about a third. I guess the numbers are on there, 0.95%. We still have about a third of the social dominance that they have. So look, I believe that is a very, very optimistic sign for UFD, because think about it, right? As our social dominance continues to grow, because our dominance is based on very deep, very real connections between people in our community, we will catch up with them in terms of market cap. Now, look, I'm not a financial advisor. Here's the disclaimer. Don't buy or sell anything based on anything that I say. Don't adopt a puppy, buy a meme coin, buy a stock, sell, buy, do anything. But I will tell you that I am personally invested in UFD. You know that. So our horns are together. And by the way, horns up, Dusters, right? We are the Duster community, the Diamond Hoof Duster community, building day by day, building in a quality manner. Now, when we talk about that, we talk about the UFD social dominance within this pump fund. Let me just say one more thing about that. Think about this, because we talked about this yesterday. The reason why that number that we just talked about is so important. There were 2 million cryptocurrencies created in the last 30 days. 2 million. And there we are. And a lot of those were on Pump Fund. And I don't know how many millions of coins have been created on Pump Fund, but there have been millions and millions created. Take a step back. We are number two, and we're gaining, and we're doing it in such an organic, right, and robust and deep way, right? We aren't just like out there putting out posts that say nothing. No, we're like developing relationships within the community, attracting more and more people. But it's even more interesting, right? It's even more interesting when we look at Solana, right? And there's a big reason why Solana is important. That's our native token, I guess you would say. We're based on the Solana blockchain. Forgive me if I'm saying any of this wrong, right? Like, I'm new to crypto, but we obviously are impacted by what goes on with Solana. And I'm going to give you a reason right now why we can be optimistic in that regard as well. This just came out from Solana News. Breaking. Solana flips Ethereum in social dominance. That's from Lunar Crush. Look at this. Solana, right, at 8.8% social dominance, now flipped, went above Ethereum, who's just at 7.5% social dominance. So our native token, right, our grandpa, well, our uncle, whatever we want to call him, our father, we call Bitcoin our grandpa, is doing very well also. And how does that help bring in more dusters? Here's a great situation. Just one small but big, very big catalyst for UFD. Every time we get a new duster, every time somebody in Omaha or Buenos Aires or Paris, France, or Brisbane, Australia buys UFD, right? We get a new diamond hoof duster. That's a big deal. Crypto Art sent me this morning some great news. He says, I got to give it up for UFD. I love this community. Here we are. Okay, sorry about that. We have a new duster from the beautiful country of Nigeria. We love you all. Thanks, Mega Channel, for helping me convert this Buttercup tonight. This must have gone on in the overnight spaces. Remember, there's always a spaces going on for UFD where you can connect with other dusters, be part of the family. We officially have a new UFD holder. I assure you that Bana and his wife will not leave us. They're real dusters for life. To the moon, baby. And let me see here if I can get, I believe I can pull up. Yeah, here's our new, right? Here's our new duster from Nigeria, guys. Wow. Isn't that awesome? Huh? I mean, look, let's remember something very important about UFD, right? Yes, we're decentralized. Yes, we're democratized. Yes, all that great stuff, but we're also worldwide. There are people all over the world, right? We take it for granted that we can get a bank account, but there are people all over the world who don't have a bank account, but do have one of these cellular telephones, right? I remember when the cellular telephone first came out, your old Grandpa Dev, Basement Ron, right? But with their cellular telephones, they can buy crypto. They can buy UFD, right? There's someone in Africa who's buying UFD. That's a big, big deal. It levels the playing field. It's fair and equal. Whether you're in Nigeria, whether you're in New Orleans, whether you're in, I'm trying to think, Newfoundland. That's in Canada, by the way. Wherever you are, and I can't think of any other countries or cities start with the letter N, and I better turn on the walkie-talkie. Ooh, big trouble. I forgot to turn Susie on this morning. Okay. Everybody say hi to Susie. Hey, give her a high five. That's like the 3-second smile, right? We do the Susie high five. Susie, are you there? Over. And don't forget to hold the walkie-talkie approximately 6 inches from your mouth. How are you this morning?
Doing just great on this rainy day.
Okay. Maybe you'll let me come upstairs later. Hey, real quick, do you want to give everybody a high five?
All right, here we go. High five, everybody.
Okay. All right, back to the thing. Yeah, so anyway, we're all over the world. That's a great thing. Unicorn Fart Dust is if Bitcoin is digital gold and we are baby Bitcoin, we are digital silver. That's it. No more discussion. Okay? I know we're decentralized. I'm not really the boss, but in my humble opinion, we are digital silver, right? We are this, right? Gold, right? Is kind of the granddaddy of precious metals. Look at that. Do you see yourself there? Hey, horns up, dusters. I love this coin. It's from Intaglio Mint. Anyway, we are digital silver. And I got some good news for you. A couple things. Number one, according to the lore of the unicorn blood is actually silver. Isn't that coincidental? But even more importantly, silver is the original form of money in the world. You may not know that. Everybody thinks gold, gold, gold. No, silver was used as money long before gold was. I would always call silver the original cryptocurrency. You know my story, right? I started this as an experiment back on December 16th of 2024. I was a gold and silver maxi, really a big silver fan, and I said, I'm going to call it unicorn fart dust. Don't buy it. Cost me $100 US, right? And thank you to channel sponsor MoonPay for making it happen, right? Because MoonPay made this process, and I'd never even had a crypto wallet, as you know, of converting my fiat, my $100 fiat, into what at the time was 1/2 Solana, because Solana was over $200, that I used to create unicorn fart dust. And I didn't believe, I had no idea. You know the story, right? Now you guys have transformed me. I still love gold and silver, but I'm a UFD. That's my one crypto that I've ever owned, that I've ever bought, period. Well, besides Solana, that I had to use to make unicorn fart dust. But we are unicorn fart dust. We are, right, the silver of the crypto world. Sure, we'll let Bitcoin can be digital gold, but I believe that unicorn fart dust undoubtedly is digital silver. We are the peoples, and that's what they say about silver. Like gold is the metal of the kings and the royalty. Silver is the real money, right, of the people. Look it up. It's true. Just like UFD, right? We are the coin of the people. Somebody tell me, right? Somebody tell me a coin that's more a coin of the people than UFD. There cannot be. There cannot be a more pure community-driven story than we have with UFD. The other important thing for us to remember, guys, is we're building this community, and we have gone up against insurmountable difficulties, right? I got hacked. Twitter got hacked. Obviously, I got hacked for all my UFD. We've been working. We have no big money behind us. We've been doing this all with the strength, right, and the durability and the grit of the community, the belief of the community. We have gone up against insurmountable odds, and we are surviving, but not just surviving, we are thriving as well. That's a good thing, because I got news for you, right? If you look at any great community that's ever been, any great brand, any great religion, any great company, any big major accomplishment, they all went up against insurmountable odds and prevailed and stuck with it. And that's what we're doing here. And that's what we're doing right now. So thank you for being here. Okay. Very important. Yes, I'm sorry. We are unicorn fart dust. We are digital silver. Okay, now let's talk about, we're in serious geopolitical turmoil. I'm going to scare you here for a little bit. Most Americans are unaware the situation that we are in right now in this country. It is getting a little bit scary. Let's go take a look what we learned this morning. There's our newest duster. Again, welcome. This morning, we get breaking news that the U.S. economy actually shrank 0.3% in the first quarter. That would be January through March, as Trump policy uncertainty weighs on business. So now we are hearing definitively that the U.S. economy is shrinking. We're going to talk more about that in a little bit, but all of this is happening in this unbelievable period of time that we, right, as dusters are living through, where the world is changing like never before. Guys, we have not seen change in the world at this level since the end of World War II. And let's take a look at what the Chinese, and a lot of that has to do with what's going on with China. There is a big fight going on right now between the United States and China, and it could get ugly. I want to show you a video they put out. Hold on here. There we go. So this was reported by CNN. China sends a stern video message to Trump. We won't kneel down. Okay, so China is not messing around. And I want to now we're going to watch, and we won't. This is 2 minutes long, so we probably won't watch the whole thing. However, this is a very, very serious situation. And as we watch this video, look at what China is saying to the U.S.
Have you heard of the eye of the storm? It appears calm for a moment, but is actually a deadly trap.
Now, again, this is
The calm
produced
before
by
an even
China.
fiercer storm. The U.S. has stirred up a global tariff storm and deliberately targeted China, playing a 90-day pause game with other nations, forcing them to limit trade with China. This is just like the deadly trap of the eye of the storm. Bowing to a bully is like drinking poison to quench thirst.
The Chinese government apparently put this out.
The U.S. once accused Japan of dumping semiconductors and crushed companies like Toshiba. Later, it forced Japan to sign the Plaza Accord, pushing the economy into decades of anemic growth. The U.S. also used long-arm jurisdiction as a weapon, breaking up France's industrial giant Alstom,
They're just
robbing the country of a national champion.
On all levels. The American
History has proven compromise won't earn you mercy. Kneeling only invites more bullying. China won't kneel down.
Basically calling
because
us
we
big
know
bullies.
standing up for ourselves keeps the possibility of cooperation alive, while compromise snuffs it out. China won't back down, so the voices of the weak will be heard, bullying will be stopped, and justice will not disappear from the world. All bullies are just paper tigers.
Wow.
The U.S. does not represent the entire world.
American
Its
protectionism
trade makes
is
up less than a
literally
fifth
off
of
the
the
charts.
world's
We have the
total.
power to push back.
When the rest of the world
beneficial.
stands together in solidarity, the U.S. is just a small, stranded boat.
They're calling us a small,
Imperialists are
stranded boat.
always arrogant.
Imperialists.
If they show a bit of reason, it's only because they're forced to do so. Make no mistake, the U.S. will keep flip-flopping and playing hardball. But China will stand firm. No matter how hard the wind blows, no matter how clouds rage. The darker the night, the brighter the stars shine. Someone has to step forward, torch in hand, to shatter the fog and illuminate the path ahead. When every nation stands tall.
Okay, enough of that. So what we are seeing right now from China is a hardball stance back to the United States. Look, China has 1.4 billion people. Some measures say that China has the largest economy in the world. Most say that the United States is still largest, but regardless, they're both massive, massive economies. And it feels like we are in right now an economic war with China. You know that Trump announced all these tariffs and then quickly walked back or paused a lot of them, but let everything remain with China. So we could be heading into some scary, scary times. I want to show you some other news coming out from the U.S. economy that could add a little more fuel to that fire. UPS, right, the giant shipping company, is slashing 20,000 jobs on Amazon pullback and looming freight slowdown. So they're blaming this kind of on a reorganization, but also on the fact that Amazon is pulling back on their shipping. Not a good sign. And you know, those UPS guys, I remember last year their union had a big strike or was threatening a strike. I mean, these are good jobs. People at UPS usually, from what I understand, make well north of $100,000 per year. And again, here's another article that points towards what's going on with the economy, with the GDP. The Kubisi letter breaking U.S. Q1 2025 GDP growth comes in at negative 0.3%, below the expectations were that the economy was going to grow at 0.3%, but it came in at negative 0.3%. So what does all this mean when we're looking at the U.S. economy? There's a couple reasons why we want to pay attention to this news. Number one, if the economy does continue to contract, we will likely see massive money printing monetary easing from the Federal Reserve. That will be good, right? That's called dovish monetary policy. That will be good for cryptocurrencies. That will be good for gold and silver. That will be good for anything that is really considered DeFi, decentralized finance. And I consider both precious metals and crypto to all fall into that same category. So be prepared. The other big issue is that all of this is happening within a backdrop of a horrible financial situation in the United States. It would be like if you and your family, had racked up massive amounts of debt, right? Home debt, credit card debt, student loan debt, car debt, all debt. And then we're suddenly faced with an emergency situation. And this tariff situation is somewhat of an emergency situation. So we are going to be very, very, keenly interested to see how this all plays out. Will the Fed step up, right, and print more money? Most people think they likely will. Or will we be in a situation where the economy really goes down the tubes? It's going to be an either or situation faced by the Fed. I think almost definitely what they're going to do is wind up easing monetary policy. And that we'll see that likely, very likely by the end of the year. They're saying now that rate cut here, let's run out and take a look at rate cut odds. I read somewhere this morning that they've actually gone up, the odds of a rate cut. Let's just refresh this all together. This is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange FedWatch tool. And as you can see, so it'll be next week, next Wednesday, 7 days when we're going to hear from the Fed. And wow. Okay, so 95% chance that rates are going to remain the same next week. We'll see how that all plays out. All right, let's do Duster of the Day. We have a special DOTD today, our friend Space Kitty. Space Kitty, you are the Duster of the Day. Nominated by many people within the community. Space Kitty is doing a lot for UFD. Part of our big group of growing quality people who are there day in and day out, helping further advance the cause of unicorn fart dust. The people's coin. That's us, right? The true people's coin. And make sure we're on the same page here. Not having any. Okay, we're good. Space Kitty, I wanted to show you here from DJ Litmus put out a good piece. He's been doing these wonderful kind of lore pieces of Kryptonia. Let me click on this. Here we go. From DJ Litmus, The Tale of Space Kitty, where he goes through, but he's doing this for almost all the good people in the community, and it's really great. I would encourage you to go out. You can go to DJ Litmus to his profile and see these. But it's about the enchanted realm of Kryptonia and kind of the lore and story. Space Kitty, once a humble scribe, stumbled upon the legend of UFD. So, man, it's just really fun, incredible stuff going on within the community. Space Kitty wrote us a nice note that I'm going to read to you now. And here we are. Space Kitty says, "Hi, Ron, Susie, and all of the Dusters. Just been doing my part as a reply gal for UFD. This was so nice. I'm even more bullish now. Big thanks to my fellow Dusters for nominating me as Duster of the Day. I'm 33, originally from the Philippines, but never lived there, as I was born in Dubai, then eventually moved to the beautiful south coast of Spain, where I still live with my little gray kitty. Aw. Back in August 2022, a good friend gifted me my first Solana. It was at around $40 then. I stood ground for the dip to $8, staying loyal to the Solana blockchain and mostly diving into NFTs. I've held different meme coins for a couple years, but none that have resonated like UFD. I bought my first stack on day 2 and have been stacking and diamond hooving ever since. Planning to be here for a long time and a good time. Ron, you're truly one of the most wholesome people in crypto. Thank you. Seeing those older videos of yours pop up in my feed recently just reinforces my appreciation for the community. You've been sharing wisdom that UFD was built on for years now, will be built on for years now. I wholeheartedly believe that at the core of your being, good attracts good is just who you are. which is also why I feel so many of us have grown to care deeply for UFD. My timeline is now perfectly curated, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Huge thanks to all the Dusters. Thank you for your commitment, unwavering faith in this wild journey we're on together, and for building something so full of pure heart and overall good. Appreciate everything and expecting nothing. What you put into this world will come back to you twice fold. Much love to you, Susie, your girls, all the Dusters, and of course, the goodest boy, Jasper. In Unicorn Fart Dust, we trust. Space Kitty. All right, guys. Thank you, Space Kitty. Everybody help me, right? This is our community. This is very important. Space Kitty, we appreciate everything you are doing. You are the Duster of the day. As a result of that, you win the golden horn. Now, I want everybody out there, reach up there, feel your horn, okay? Now, help me, all right, install the golden horn today onto our friend Space Kitty. We appreciate you. We appreciate everything that everybody is doing here. We also appreciate channel sponsor Ledger, the hardware wallet, crypto security leader. You know they're part of my story. They came to my rescue after the hack and have helped me secure my beans. They can help you secure your crypto as well. Everybody knows Ledger is the best in that arena, and we really appreciate having a top-tier sponsor here for the channel. Keep supporting Ledger, keep supporting MoonPay, and don't forget, if you're looking for something fun, the Dirty Man safe. This happens to be the dirty girl. They have the dirty man, the dirty girl, and the dirty old man. But these are safes that you can bury like the pirates did, right? If you have something that you want to keep secure, you can bury these into the ground. They come with a sleeve and a bunch of other parts and store your valuables. This one happens to have a unicorn inside of it. There is a discount code, RON10, and a link in the description of the video. All right, guys, thank you for everything. Okay, this is a great journey that we're on together. I appreciate you being here. Let's keep it up, and I'll see you again tomorrow. No, wait. The 3-second smile. When I say go, let's all smile for 3 seconds. Go. All right. On that note, have a great day. Be good to yourself, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.